Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is the 26th of July, 2021, and my name is Leslie Williams. Now, I'm going to show you some specific things in this video. This video is being made to expose specific gang stalking crimes that is reported all over the internet to be crimes that gang stalking victims are being forced to experience throughout the entire program when the program is being perpetrated against them. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out some tidbits of information here so that you can take what I describe in this video and what I show you in this video in order so that you can take these descriptions and research them extensively at Google and make no mistake about it. Most of the descriptions you can also YouTube concerning YouTube search box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Google and I'm going to type in at Google voice to skull. All right, so bear with me a second. Better yet, I'm gonna do something else instead. I'm gonna use the microphone. Voice to skull technology. Okay, so I'm trying to use the microphone to do the search. Voice to skull technology. So it's not, so I can't seem to, so I'm gonna type it in. Okay, so I'm typing it in, voice to skull technology. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you a few articles. Hopefully they'll come up because when I show you what comes up, and again, you need to write down these descriptions so you can extensively research them. So let's see, because I haven't had, mostly today, I haven't had any problems using Google and YouTube and other apps on my phone. Now, so let's see if, okay, so here we go. Now, so what you want to do is, and there's even companies that are selling electronic devices to help gang stalking victims deflect the harassment that they're enduring through this type of technology. Here's one of them right here called Q-Wave. Okay, now when you research voice to skull technology, I know voice to skull is a type of technology that is massively used in gang stalking crimes. And from what I understand, there's many different types of technologies that can be used in order to like the microwave hearing effect, ultrasonic sound bone conduction, and and are basically two other techs that are reported to be widely used in order to perpetrate voice to skull technology. Now, voice to skull is used for harassment. It's used to abuse the victim. It's used to insult the victim nonstop in one form or another. You should also know that you can also research voice to skull technology and voice morphing. And that is basically, concerning what's reported, that is basically where they're literally taking the victim's own voice print and putting it into a computer. And then the perpetrators will construct sentences, short words and phrases, and then hit enter on their keyboard. And then what happens is that and then what they'll do is send that dialogue to the victim's audio cortex, in order to make the victim to believe that what's being sent to them is their own voice. Okay? And it's also reported that voice to skull with voice morphing is being used in order to make the victim believe they're having their own thought. So go to Google and at Google typing in gang stalking, voice to skull with voice morphing. And I'm going to try and bring a video up so that video, its exposure, let's see if I can't bring it up. Let's see if YouTube just keeps on spinning, baby. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now that YouTube has been brought up, what I'm going to do is type something in here real fast, so bear with me a second. Okay, so while I'm looking for this, alright, hold on. Bear with me. Okay, so I was looking for a specific episode, and I've never had any problems whatsoever with bringing the specific video up when I go to Google and type in Alex Jones John Hall satellite terrorism. There's a specific video that's on the YouTube right now that shows John Hall. I gotta set the phone down for a second, bear with me. That literally shows John Hall.
You guys are gonna hate me for this.
Hold on.
You know what I want?
Okay,
I want one example, Eddie, of why we should believe the Earth is flat.
Okay, so that was a video that came up on its own because I'm trying to get into some bread in order to feed my squirrel. Sorry about that. And that video literally came up on its own, the one that you just heard in the background. So let me just go ahead and try the search through Google. Okay, now in the past, and I've done it hundreds of times, in the past when I typed in John Hall satellite terrorism at YouTube, specific videos, identical videos have come up right there on the first amount of things that were brought up when I typed that in at YouTube search box. So it didn't come up this time. So now that I'm having to go through these extra steps, I'm actually going through more time in the video that I would not have had to go through. So just bear with me. John Hall. Okay. Let's see if I can bring the video up through Google. Let's see how long it takes for Google to bring something up. Now, one of the reasons why I'm looking for this specific John Hall interview with Alex Jones is because he literally talks about voice morphing and how voice morphing was used on John Hall's ex-fiance so here it is right here. Okay, so this is the video right here. So I brought it up through Google, and now let's see if it won't come up through YouTube as a result of me. I just clicked on it, and it just went back to this bullshit through YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and I'm going to click on it. I shut that YouTube down, that other YouTube down, and so I'm trying to bring this one up. Now, I don't have it written down particularly. All right, so hold on. So let's see, I'm going to play with it for a second, see if I can fast forward it to the part where he's talking about voice morphing. Now, alright, so let's play it for a minute.
Used to be a CIA agent or used to be a federal agent that's been allowed access to this technology. Now, I have had a number of whistleblowers come to me asking for advice that probably are being directly harassed by a government agency. That's the rarity. You know, most of the people I'm dealing with that are voicing these complaints are housewives. Most 70% of the victims are women.
Well, it's always like that in testing. They go after the weakest first as a beta before they hit real targets.
It appears that each one of these groups in every major city that's been given access to this technology can use it carte blanche however they want to use it. The group in San Antonio is mostly for sexual assault. As I told you on our break, there's a group of 60 gay men in Palm Springs. They're all hearing the same voice, the voice of a lady named Lisa. At the same time, they're being persecuted by her verbally.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to YouTube and type in this YouTube interview by its title. And look at the other ones too, where John Hall is being interviewed by Alex Jones. So that you can literally hear John Hall. Go to YouTube and Google and type in John Hall satellite terrorism and watch his videos until you find the videos that show him openly state that they used voice to skull with voice morphing on his fiance. And what they did with her was that they literally directed her to go and eat some food and drink some beverages that they had put the date rape drug in. Hold on. Like, so, say if you say to yourself, I'm going to get up and go to the refrigerator and get a Gatorade, and I'm going to eat my tacos that I made last night. So you get up and you then go and get that Gatorade and that plate of tacos, and you eat it, and then you become knocked out. The perpetrators come in and rape the victim. So that's what voice to skull with voice morphing is, where they will literally put ideas in your head to make you think they're your own, because they're putting them in your head through voice to skull with voice morphing to make you think you're having your own thought. And then so what they did with her is that they literally put the idea in her head in her own voice print. I'm going to get up and go get some water, and I'm going to eat some food that the perpetrators had put the date rape drug in. Now, there's many other different ways that these little psychotic rats can determine that she followed through on it. Putting cameras in the home so they can watch her to see if she acted on it. They know the amount of date rape drug they put in the water and food, so they just waited until it took effect, and then they came in and raped her every night. Now, you should also know, so research voice to skull and voice to skull with voice morphine. You should also know voice to skull with voice morphine is also being reported to be used in order to mentally bait people to go drink so they can be set up for DUIs. That's $10,000 a pop. That's fucking $10,000 a pop the government's making off of setting people up with DUIs. It's also reported that voice to skull with voice morphine is being used in order to keep people addicted to drugs, alcohol, to gamble, and much more. Absolutely. See, my fellow American citizens, if you do not research truth when it's being presented, then how are you going to know it? How are you going to know what these sick, satanic, sadistic rats are doing? Now, check this out. It's widely reported that voice to skull is also being used. Let me bring something back up here. In order so that when it's being used on the victim, let me bring that back up. So when you research voice to skull technology on the internet and you look at all the different testimonies of gang stalking victims, what you're going to see is and trust me, there's a lot of disinformation on the internet that's intentionally put on the internet, including through supposedly respectable websites, that the victims are mentally ill, because that's how the government is protecting their crimes, by literally labeling gang stalking victims as being mentally ill, even though this type of technology has been widely exposed on national radio shows, including ones I've been on. The patents for this technology are also on the internet as well. Exposed in tens of thousands of blogs, YouTube videos, Facebook posts, and much more. The patents of this technology are literally on the internet. I know, hold on one second. So, when you research voice to skull technology and gang stalking, what you want to know is you want to look through the blogs, because the blogs, why do you think it says what frequency is used for mind control? Because if you think you're having your own thought, you're going to act on that thought. That's why they compose what they compose in ways that in ways where, like, say if the victim rode their bike to the library, and they go in the library, and they're in the library for 3 hours, and then the victim comes out and they find their bicycle tire has been slashed. Right when the victim is noticing that, they can use voice to skull with voice morphine on the victim to make that victim think a natural apparent thought based on what they're experiencing. So they'll project into the victim's audio cortex, using voice to skull with voice morphine, in the victim's own voice print, I better go to Walmart and get an inner tube. Or I better go to a wooded area and get my inner tubes if they made that particular victim homeless, so they can fix their bike. Now, the reason why that's done is so that when the victim goes to Walmart, they can be set up for a staged assault, a staged event that leads to their arrest, or a staged assault or arrest when the victim goes at the wooded area to get their backup inner tubes, including robberies. Okay? Or they can wait until the victim enters the wooded area and then set the victim up for an arrest for trespassing. Absolutely. So, another massively widely reported use of this crime is where victims of this crime are discussing that they're forced to hear nonstop repetitive loop statements, harassment, demeaning dialogue, critical statements, and much more in a loop over and over and over again. Now, you should also go to Google and type in a Google gang stalking and color coding. Okay? And that's related to the sensitization technique of gang stalking. Now that's done so what the victim is forced to hear through the nonstop, identical, repeated words and phrases that are said around the victim along the victim's route. I'm going to show you a YouTube playlist right now. And when I bring it up, let's see if it don't come up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one playlist of about 40. Hang on a second. Now, this right here is one playlist of many. In fact, let me go back and do something here real fast. Now, what you see right here, the majority of these videos are mine. Okay? Absolutely. And a great majority of them absolutely show video and audio evidence of identical words and phrases being said along my routes everywhere I fucking go. So I'm going to bring up the one Okay, now this playlist is titled M as in Mary, MTS, Gang Stalk, Oh My God, Suck My DSCK. That's the one I'm currently trying to bring up. This one right here. Okay? Alright, hold on. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and bring it up. And let's see if it doesn't come up. See, because I was, alright, so here it is right here. Okay, so this is the title of it, MTS Gang Stalk, Oh My God, Suck My DSCK. And what you want to do is you want to read what's in the description of it first, because that's what's being said along my routes every fucking place I go. So what you want to do is you want to bring this up in a quiet room with good headphones. And the first video shows it being repeated non-stop on MTS bus route 28 back in 2013. The next video shows it being said at Arby's. Okay, hold on. Literally shows it being said at Arby's. Do something here. Okay. And then the other video, there's many videos in this playlist. I don't know what's happening concerning the phone zooming out. I'm trying to show particular video titles, and then all of a sudden the phone is having problems zooming. So let me bring up one video here. And this video right here is showing it being caught on UCSD property back in 2013. Now that playlist shows it being caught at social services, Ross Grocery Store, Vons, UPS, UPS stores, everywhere. Okay. And if I can't play you evidence in a video, then how can I show you? All right, so hold on a second. Okay, so it finally came up. So right here, this video is showing me arriving at the Civic Center Plaza on UCSD property back in 2013. In the video, you'll see the handlebars of my bike facing the building. And as soon as I press play, you're going to hear a woman in the background say, suck my dick or suck dick. Then you're going to hear two people say gang stalk. Then you're going to hear me say, let's see if they say gang stalk. I'm talking into my tape recorder. So I'm going to go ahead and play it right now. So you hear people in the background saying, oh my God, people up close saying gang stalk, people in the background saying gang stalk and suck dick. I'm going to start it over again. Listen carefully. Because this is related to the sensitization technique of gang stalking, repeating words and phrases and repeating identical words and phrases. And you should also know that propping up people to have them wear specific colored clothes and drive by victims in specific color-coded vehicles is also related to the sensitization technique of gang stalking. Now, propping up people to have them repeat identical words and phrases is connected to auditory entrainment connected to gang stalking, and you should also research how it's reported that they're propping up specific types of sounds around victims. Banging, okay, lawnmowers, landscape noise, and much more. Google all my statements to the sensitization technique of gang stalking. And so the victim becomes aware that this shit is being propped up intentionally. Therefore, every time the victim hears it or sees something that's been propped up, a physical gesture, color coding, the victim is then reminded about it. As a direct result, the victim becomes entrained to it, and remote neural monitoring is the main motive. Okay? Visual and auditory entrainment. So listen to this. Okay, so you just heard, oh my God, twice. In less than 10 seconds, you heard suck dick, gang stalk said at least 3 times. Then I said, let's see if you hear gang stalk in my tape recorder. You can see that's part of my bike handle bars right there. It's facing the building because I just arrived, and these people are already fucking there. So these things are propped up around me. Again, when you go to this search box, this is the San Diego Public Defenders and prosecutors being caught doing it inside the San Diego courthouse in 2015, including while my public defender was standing right there with them laughing as they were doing it. Alex McDonald. This is it being caught in Arby's. This is it being caught on the bus route 28 in 2013. There's massive amounts of videos showing this sick shit being said around me every fucking place I go. I literally got 8,700 audio files of this. Now I'm going to try and bring up an audio file real fast through Instagram. that shows part of the Thanksgiving event occurring. And you're literally going to hear two men yelling, gang stalk, gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up. See, this crime believes that it can do anything it wants to do around anyone at any time, anywhere. Because it knows that you can't prove, they know they're not going to allow you to prove it through the police, courts, or anything else. Okay. Oh, absolutely. They'll get around a victim even at a wooded area and repeat this sick shit. If they make the victim homeless. So I'm going to go ahead and try and play the Thanksgiving event. Here it is right here. Okay, so why ain't it playing? Hold on. Okay, so for some reason it won't play. Hold on a second. Now, what these little fucking maggots are doing is they're literally propping up people on the property that I'm forced to utilize as a direct result of this crime making me homeless. And what they fucking do is prop up these psychotic rats to come up on the fucking property in order to make me concerned about being reported. Hold on a second. Literally. Let me show you a little bit of proof of that by showing you something within my Instagram account. And, alright, hold on. Like this right here is a text message they sent to my phone in 2015. I'm sending the police to your location now for illegal lodging and trespassing. Explain it to social services when you get arrested again. So what these little filthy whores do is they prop up assholes in my environment in order to try and make it appear that they're doing legitimate work. Okay? And what it's actually done is it actually done for, so in order to make you paranoid about being discovered so you can be arrested. Absolutely. So hold on a second. Oh. See, in gang stalking crimes, these little filthy whores that host this sick shit, they know they got power over you because they're controlling your circumstance by creating it. So they create the circumstance and then control it in order to, and keep you in it intentionally. Then after they fucking make you homeless, what they'll do is prop up assholes to do work around you. And they'll make it appear that it's happening through legitimate reasons, through either the city, the county, or the property owner. That way, when they come on the property and do work around it, if they let what they have done in the past, and they've been caught on tape doing it too. They've literally been, public workers have literally been caught saying suck dick from a distance as they're working from afar. On my tape recorder. Absolutely. So they know that if you get up and bring attention to yourself, they know then that they have a normal appearing reason to know you're on the property. So when they prop up these psychotic rats around the property in order to make the victim concerned about being discovered. You know what they did a few days ago? Hold on a second. So if this segues into a second video, because this phone only allows me to make 33-minute long videos at a time. So if this phone segues into a second video, then if anything occurs as a result of me walking over here, it should be able to be caught. Hold on. Because I'm going to fucking show you something. What's one of the biggest things this crime will do? Alright, hold on. What's one of the biggest things this motherfucking crime will do? Alright, I don't know how well you can see it. But they got a bunch of landscape trucks over there right now. And they're parked all the way down there. See them right there, and then there's the fucking light right there. Okay? Alright? Now, they did the same motherfucking thing at the Octopus Tree location. Now, they did the same motherfucking thing at the Octopus Tree location. And one of the reasons why gang stalking does some of the things that it does is that it wants to make you fucking paranoid. See, because what they're doing is they're creating what is known as memory reference anchors. Hold on a second. Absolutely they are. Now, when they create memory reference anchors, let me give you a fast example. I don't have my glasses on right now, so I can see how far I'm into the video. Alright, looks like I'm only 25 minutes into it. So, now you should know something. Many victims of gang stalking all over the internet are reporting about how their evidence videos are being edited by the perpetrators. Okay? So when you go to Google and you type in at Google gang stalking and public workers, landscape workers, do you really think that the information that you find out, that you find on the internet, when you do this type of research, do you think that that's there for no fucking reason? See, gang stalking victims, when they are put in this program, they're intentionally forced to experience specific types of acts and behaviors. I think I've already proved that to you just in by what I've already shown you just in this video alone. Now, hold on a second. I gotta refine my glasses because I set them down somewhere and I forgot where they're at. So I'll get out my backup pair. Bear with me a second. So, one of the things that gang stalking does is one of the biggest motives concerning why they do the crimes that they do has got to do with visual and auditory brain entrainment. Now, when they create entrainment, they like to create emotions connected to it. So, like, look at this one right here. This is another great example. Hopefully it'll zoom in. Okay, so what you're seeing right here is... Oh, god dang it. Alright, hold on. It just fucking went away. By itself, it went away. Okay, so here it is right here. Okay, so what it basically says, because it's not zooming in for some reason, it says SDPD UCSS, it should have been UCSD, whistleblower will be moving. Okay, will be moving starting at 7 a.m. Through 9:30 to 10 a.m. If any type of police approach her, arrest, IL, illegal lodging, tickets, and then it goes on to say setup. Now, this was posted on Twitter on the early morning hours of November 30th, 2015. Okay? So why... Take a snap screenshot of that. Okay? So, why am I having such a hard... Alright, hold on. So why am I having such a hard time being able to show shit right now, when right before I made this video, every single thing that I was trying to... trying to bring up so I could showcase it and then kind of like... let me just put it this way. I made some videos earlier and I had no problem showcasing what I was trying to show in those videos. So anyways, this particular tweet was made on November 30th, 2015 at 4:12 a.m. Okay, and it says SDPD UCSS, it should have been UCSD, whistleblower will be moving starting at 7 a.m. through 9:30 to 10 a.m. If any type of police approach her, arrest, IL, illegal lodging tickets, setup. Okay, and the date was November 30th, 2015, made at exactly 4:12 a.m. Now hold on a second. Okay, so do you see it? Right? Well, they came at exactly 9:45 a.m. on that date. And I was at a wooded area that was extremely secluded. Okay? Now, there's another tweet in here that shows me making a prediction on November 9th, 2014, saying I will be moving within the next 2 weeks. Let's see if I'm set up for an assault, arrest, or ticket. I was arrested 22 hours later. Okay, at the very spot. Now, do you really believe that's a fucking accident? Okay? Look at that right there. Monitoring and surveillance of homeless by government workers. Okay? We gonna human traffic you. Gang stalking, be nice. That was what was said during the Thanksgiving event. That I was trying to show you earlier through the audio of it, but the audio of it magically wouldn't come out. Okay? That's, through my Instagram account. Yeah. Yeah. Can't have any in real-time evidence. Hold on. So, why won't the videos come up through Instagram? So anyways, I'm going to show you something here. So what you want to do is, I'm going to make a second video. So what you want to do, when you go back and you watch this video, I'm not saying that it got caught, and I'm not saying that it didn't, but go back and listen to this video, especially within the last 10 and a half minutes. Do you hear anybody in the background saying gang stalk or suck dick or oh my god? But you should also know that these fucking perpetrators, I've caught them editing my videos in real time, Periscope videos. Okay, and other victims are saying the same thing. When they collect video evidence or audio evidence, and put it online, the perpetrators will edit it in order to make the victim look crazy, literally. Okay, so what you gotta understand about gang stalking is gang stalking will go to any and all lengths to excite a response out of a victim. Prop something up in order, because if the host of this crime has any way of knowing the victim is making a video, all they got to do then is say, okay, she's making a video. We know what we're doing to her, so let's prop it up. Maybe she'll talk about it. We'll edit the audio out, and then everybody will say, we don't hear nothing. So do you see what this fucking crime is capable of? This crime is literally that bad. Okay? So research what I've stated, and as soon as this video concludes, I'm going to segue into another one, because I'm going to get a video made today. My fellow American citizens, I'm going to show you this rat mound right here. That rat mound you see over there, that wood rat mound. We're going to see on any and all dates when I'm on this property, coming to it or leaving it, if there's been anything propped up that doesn't allow me to leave it or come back on it concerning fences or anything else. And we're going to see if any of my property ends up missing. Property that's hidden here and in an area about 1 minute away. Thank you for listening. Everybody have a good day, and please stay tuned to my account. These people are nothing but psychotic rats, satanic animals, mass murdering, lying, human trafficking whores, and they will literally use anybody of any age at any time, including employment descriptions. So research what I've stated. Have a good day.